different municipalities within the county. I know they're looking to...
Oh, you're talking about the FOIL request.
Well, there was a letter originally that came from the SPCA.
Yes.
To each of the municipalities, I believe, just saying what it is that they're hoping to do. I'm not exactly sure what the gist of the letter was. And the FOIL request.
Yeah, okay. I know. I think that's important.
Yes. I have no campaign picture. Really.
No DCO expense coming?
No.
$1 million
Nope.
in a facility for you to house a dog every 3 months?
Nope, nothing like that. Pretty quiet.
Okay. Those are all the departments. Then we will go on to new business. General fund transfers. Do I hear a motion that the town board approves transfer of $239 from 16274 Town Hall repairs to 16211 Town Hall personal service grounds?
Second.
Todd, second. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye. 5 ayes. General fund claims. Do I hear?
Claim number 245 to claim number 263 in the amount of $39,559.34.
Do I hear a motion for those claims in that amount of $39,559.34?
I'll make the motion.
Okay. Todd. Second?
Second.
Doug? All in favor?
Aye.
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 No.
No.
2 opposed, motion carries. Water fund claims.
Claim number claim number 118 to 123 in the amount of $9,760.81.
Do I hear a motion that the town board approves claim number 118 to 123 in the amount of $9,760.81?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 5 ayes. Town board meeting video approval. I think that this is a very appropriate time, as we've done in the last month, to approve this video of this meeting, November 1st. 1, because it's a budget. 2, because this about the water district is shameful. So I think definitely the residents in this town need to know that the residents in this water district need to know it's not going to cost some crazy amount, and we're not raising the taxes in the water district. So do I hear a motion that the town board approve the video of November 1st, 2011? That would be upon Carol McLean, town clerk, watching it when it's ready, and the tape recording of the town board meeting to be put on as soon as possible.
I'll make the motion.
Question before we go on that. Is there any way, I mean, I know we can review it, but I was just wondering, could I review it as well?
Yeah, if you want to review it.
Because I don't have access to seeing it, so I've not really seen one. So I was just wondering if one of these times I could.
You can come and review it anytime, Bob. It's here all month.
Sounds like a movie.
I can make you I'll make you a DVD and drop it off to you.
Okay.
All right?
All right, because I don't
I
have
make
access
2 or
to
3
getting it.
copies so it can go out to 2 or 3 board members at once.
Okay.
So.
No, that would be fine.
Yep. And I'd like to see that go out.
Thank you.
Do I hear a motion for that?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
5 seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
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 5 ayes. Motion carries. Adoption of the 2012 budget. Before we go ahead and adopt the budget for next year, does anyone on the board have any comments they'd like to share before?
Sorry, what?
Do you have any comments
listening
over the budget
with my husband here.
for next?
Did you say something?
We're going to pass the budget now, Todd. Do you have anything you'd like to say prior to? Anyone? Doug? Bob? Lou? Okay. Adoption of the 2012 budget. Do I hear a motion that the town board adopts the 2012 preliminary budgets? Town of Princetown General Fund, Water Fund, Highway Fund, Potter Hill, Pattersonville, Pine Grove, and Duanesburg Fire Districts in a 2012 water and sewer assessment roll.
I'll make the motion.
Todd, second.
I'll second.
Doug, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 3 ayes. Opposed?
Opposed.
Opposed.
2 opposed. Motion carries. We have passed the budget. Okay, public comments.
Why don't we put resolution for the sign?
Yes,
Or the resolution
for the sign.
So
Before we go on to public comments. The estimate for $585 for this sign, correct, from the sign guys? And we have $5,000 in the line for the sign. Should we approve up not to exceed $1,000? I mean, even though the sign, the estimate's $585, or what if they run into problems with poles or posts or whatever? Should we give a little bit of leeway there, just in case, so we don't have to come back? Right,
I'm fine with that.
okay. Sign replacement.
what's the name of
The sign guys.
the sign guy?
Yeah.
Oh, it's right here,
Right, George, the sign guys? Okay. Alright, so I'll put this together. Do I hear a motion that we accept the estimate from a company called the Sign Guys for a 4x8 double-faced sign to replace the sign out front, the Town of Princetown Town Hall Justice Court sign out front, for an amount not to exceed $1,000. Do I need anything else in there? Do I hear a motion for sign replacement?
So moved.
Wow.
Second.
Doug seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 5 ayes. Motion carries. Okay, we're gonna get a sign replaced. George? Now we're into public comment. This is the,
Just one thing, the sign, they would like a deposit, so can you do a resolution to give them a deposit on the sign, so we can do?
do I have to do a
You can-
separate resolution?
No, you can just add it to that resolution if everyone who voted,
With an initial deposit?
okay, yeah.
Do we have to
It's
re-vote?
included within the 1,000, and so you don't have
So we don't even have to do a separate,
When they're gonna get it.
you don't have to vote and have a
so
payment
we're fine.
structure.
Yeah.
We're fine. We're fine. Okay. Public comment. This is the second public comment. We open the floor to anyone who has a comment they'd like to share on any matter or concern they'd like to bring to the board. I do ask that you step up and state your name and address for the record. And everyone has 3 minutes. So I open the floor.
Good evening. My name is Timothy Ferrioli. I live at 2579 Rhinex Corners Road. I'm standing before you tonight to address an issue that has plagued this town in recent months. I will be talking about 2 separate events, one that affects a lifelong friend and his family, and the other affects not just the members of the board, but everybody in this township. I'm talking about people spreading rumors, absolute lies, or in the case of last month, a harmful falsehood. The reasons range from personal gain to vendettas, or perhaps an honest mistake, as I hope it was at the last board meeting. At the last board meeting, a gentleman, in reference to an accident that involved a car and a motorcycle, stated that the motorcycle was doing twice the speed limit. Mr. Blessing's words and demeanor made it appear that what he said was a supreme statement of fact. However, in our universe, our reality, and according to documents, the motorcycle is traveling between 40 and 45 miles an hour. Mr. Blessing implied that my friend, who is one of the toughest persons I have ever known, hit a car on a motorcycle at 80 miles an hour and survived to talk about it. It appears that the laws of physics cease to apply in this costly and unfortunate accident. This rumor has harmed a family in ways that Mr. Blessing can't even fathom. The family is furious about the lies that were spread by someone who claimed he knew facts. Mr. Blessing should produce the police records and statements to back up his far-fetched story, or make a public and written apology to the family. It is my hope that Mr. Blessing's statement was an honest mistake and not a malicious attempt to harm a good family. In addition, there are several people being supported by a person known to all within this building, spreading rumors, half-truths, and flat-out lies. There is no time to explore the various reasons why this impotent and petulant man-child and his minions are acting in this manner, but their actions are harming the board and this township. Simply watch videos of recent board meetings to observe individuals parroting what this person said, and when confronted with the truth, they are speechless. They have no clue of what question to ask or what direction to take. That's because there's no puppet master to pull the strings. One of the many distortions uses a comparison between the town of Florida and Princetown. In accounting, we call it magic math. You confuse people with what seems to be similar comparisons, but when you examine it closely, they're far from similar. And that is what's happening here. For anyone willing to do a little legwork and due diligence and fact-checking, you'll find the truth. This puppet master is similar to a Trojan horse. He packaged something that looks great on the outside, but on the inside, it's nothing but malicious. I represent only myself, and as they say, I have no dog in this fight, but I am tired of this small-town backstabbing that has infected this board, and in doing so is hindering the board's duties. If you can't or will not think for yourself, then you step aside, because you're making a mockery of yourselves, this board, and this township. I encourage all to look into what I have said.
Tim, sorry.
No?
No, I wanted you to finish up.
You want me to finish it? It's only 2 seconds.
You can finish up.
Okay, I encourage all to look into what I have said, and if you have proof I am wrong, confront me. Show me what you have, so we can have an open and honest debate. Something this great country is founded on, and something this township sorely needs. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who has a public comment to share tonight? Anyone else? Okay. If we have no one else who'd like to share a public comment, we'll close the second public comment. Do I hear any council member concerns tonight?
I do.
Todd?
I think that we need to have an executive session tonight to discuss and get guidance from council on whether there's any legal ramifications to this document that's been presented to us tonight. And if we need to take any action based upon this document that we've been handed tonight.
Okay. We can do an executive session at the end. Anything else?
I don't have it.
Shall we adjourn?
No, we do it at the end. So we want to finish the meeting and let everyone give their comments and do discussion, and then we don't want to hold anyone up, so. Does anyone else have a council member concern? Okay, discussion. We discussed the sign at length already. I met with FEMA today. This is the wave of FEMA that deals with any loss to the municipality or anything affecting the municipality. We have had discussion in the past over Mr. Hayden's wellhead, or the well casing that is exposed down into the creek, which is next door to our pump house and our wells. Mr. Hayden's well casing goes into the aquifer that also feeds the water system and A1, and Mr. Santoro, I believe, also has a well too. with that risk, you know, the risk of that getting broken and a possible contamination, which isn't happening, it hasn't happened, but George and several of us have discussed it, and it makes us a little bit nervous. I did bring it to the kickoff meeting at FEMA last Thursday. I had 8 FEMA and state people here today. We took a tour. We looked at that. We looked at debris and erosion down the Normanskill all the way down to Pangburn Road. We looked at what the creek had done down by Pangburn Road, because our water district, the pipe runs underneath the creek there. So I wanted them to see that whole area and get a whole sense of what was going on. Not that it's happened now. I mean, the one risk factor we have is the well casing that's completely exposed right now next to us. They were interested in it. They did take a lot of pictures and notes. They even looked behind our pump house along the creek, and it may be a possibility that they want to shore up that bank as well, so it doesn't eat away and come closer to our wells. Our wells are not at risk. It's, how far away is it right now? We're fine. But I think they were talking about possibly bringing in riprap and other things like that to shore up that bank just for a future event.
About 6 feet of it that washed away in the back there.
Okay.
It still leaves us, 60 feet or so of the well heads anyway.
Okay. So anyway, I wanted you guys to know, because they were wonderful. They came out. They're interested. They are going to let me know which direction. I mean, I've talked to DOH. I've talked to DEC. I've talked to the County Soil and Water. I've talked to NCR. I've talked to every agency that we could think of, because there's a resident with a farm that's had erosion. We have another resident with a creek that's had erosion, and the Normanskill creek bed definitely has, I think, the potential for some damming due to the debris down in it if we have a heavy spring melt, which everything is so wet now, and if we have a heavy winter, it will happen. So I wanted you guys to know they were here and they looked today, and I'm waiting to hear a response from them. Also, Pine Grove Fire Department, a couple years ago, I think you guys would remember, they asked if they could sell their cutlery here. I refer to it as the knife sale one year. Anyway, I got a call from